Afternoon. How you doing today?
I'm great. How you doing?
Doing wonderful. Doing wonderful. Now, are you ready to play this show? Today's episode.
Yes. And the stories start today. Last week it was just a general introduction, and today the stories begin. And we are so excited about everybody hearing not only the work that has been put into this, but to start to see how the whole thing ties together and the different ways that this thing can happen.
Definitely. All right, so we're going to start it right now. This is Silence Speaks, a Secret Revealed.
Number 1.
The Women's Coalition of St. Croix presents Silence Speaks, Secrets Revealed, a radio drama about child sexual abuse. It contains subject matter that may be triggering for survivors. Discretion is advised.
Who are these victimizers? They are in our schools, families, organizations, and places of worship. They are checking out our children and finding just the right child, just the right moment. To everyone else, they look and act normal. Here we meet the Gaudettes.
Welcome to Seascape Preparatory School. We are here to admit Leah Gaudette. Did I say that right?
You did a fine job. I'm John Gaudette. Last name's Cajun. This here's my wife Laura. Leah's going to be going into the 10th grade.
Right. Well, tell me about yourself, Leah.
We just moved down from Louisiana. I'm an independent roofing contractor. Glad to be here. It's a beautiful place. My daughter will be the best student you ever have walk through your halls. I guarantee you. She's my special girl.
Right. What are your interests, Miss Gaudette?
Well, that's my job as her parent. She's going to take any music class you got. I'm sure it won't be a challenge.
Well, I was thinking of taking a creative writing class, and...
Those classes are full of soft people digging into their feelings. How about a history elective? You have anything like that?
We have a course in Virgin Islands heroes.
I guess.
Here's our course catalog. We do make an effort to include many electives that teach about the islands. We infuse our standard curriculum with writing, history, and science electives that are directly related to VI interests.
Well, okay.
Leah, I'd still really like to hear from you.
Do you have any after-school activities? I don't like to go home after school. I really love school.
I like to hear that. There is a concert band that has won awards for its jazz and classical ensembles. If you make the cut, you'll be staying after school most days. We also have a creative writing club and steel pen.
Oh, great!
Now, you know you have to help me in the office after school sometimes.
Yes.
You seem like a really nice family. Let's go for the tour. Then we can come back and tackle her schedule.
Sounds good. Let's go, girls.
Thank you for listening to Silence Speaks, Secrets Revealed. If you or someone you know has been sexually abused, please dial 911 in an emergency or call the Women's Coalition at 340-773-9270.
All right. And so we meet the Gaudettes. And that's the beginning of our stories. And I know that we have been talking since last week when we were here about child sexual assault. And as we bring this story to life, we wanted to bring some experts in that deal with it on a regular basis. And so today we have with us Ms. Hope Thornhill. She's an intake social worker from the Department of Human Services, which is our first legal point of contact. Hi, Hope.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you coming in. So we have some questions for you. And we're going to try to not make it too difficult.
Okay.
But this is a touchy subject, so you know sometimes it may get a little bit rough. But tell us, what does your job actually entail?
My job entails anyone that makes a report to the Department of Human Services, our office, the Office of Intake and Emergency Services, receive the call. We have to go out and investigate the matter in 24 to 48 hours.
24 to 40, that's really quick.
It's really quick, and we're on call 24 hours.
Wow. Okay. Most people think that, you know, your job just means that you go, and I know that there's a belief that you just go and you take people's kids and, you know, you don't do anything, but what are all the things that go along with it, especially in a child sexual assault case? Because that is what we're talking about.
Okay, no. An investigation has to be performed. We must investigate. We cannot take children, doesn't matter the situation or the cause, unless they are imminent danger, harm, or destruction or death. And even at that point, we have to go to court and show probable cause that, why we removed the children from the home.
Okay. All right, so in talking about child sexual assault, what are the numbers that you've seen?
Numbers. When you say numbers, it can be 5 referrals can come in a day, 10.
Wow.
We take turns being on rotation.
Okay.
And any calls that come in, each social worker handles that for the week. Now, mind you, it is 5 social workers that are on call 24 hours that
Okay.
Go ahead.
that services the entire island.
5.
5.
Okay.
5 intake social workers.
5 intake
Right.
social workers.
We are the first line. Anything happen, the police calls us. There is a number that the police can contact Department of Human Services, and we will respond.
Now, is that 5 for the territory or 5 for St. Croix?
5 for St. Croix.
Do you know the numbers for St. Thomas and St. John?
St. Thomas and St. John, maybe about 3. Maybe
Okay.
about 3.
All right. So it's,
3 social workers?
For intake.
For intake.
Intake. Don't get
That's
it.
it.
Yes, right.
For intake.
We talking about sexual assault and first responders. We are the first
Okay.
that goes out into the community.
Okay. Well, that may be one of our problems then. If we don't have enough people to do investigations or to go out, that may be one of our problems. So have you encountered a lot of child sexual assaults, and what do perpetrators look like to you? Because I know, and this is a question to the community as well. A number 773-3636, am I right, Slate?
Yes.
773 FM. You can call in, you can ask questions, that's where we're here. We want to bring it out, we want to talk about it, we want to talk about it. Please, we don't want to be silent anymore. Let the silence speak. What do perpetrators usually look like when you get into these cases? And I know that's a hard question.
That's a hard question to pinpoint, because we can't say that the perpetrator looks like this or may look like that.
Because I was sure they were like scruffy face and like a big trench coat, like no.
Right.
So
You cannot go by that. You cannot
Okay.
go by that.
So they can be clean cut.
They can be clean cut, they can be doctors, they can be lawyers, they can be
Understand.
doctors, they can be teachers, anyone. Anyone can be a perpetrator.
Wow.
They can work in
Any
Lime
place?
Tree, it doesn't matter.
Any place,
Anywhere.
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 And that's one of the things that, we really want to stress, that you don't know what a perpetrator looks like.
And then you also have to be, you have to take caution, because you don't know if it's my mom's boyfriend, husband, father, uncle. And we all have to be very protective on who we leave our children with. And can we trust them? How long do you know this person?
Right.
You can't meet somebody for 2 weeks and say, come, stay in the house, watch my children, because you don't know that person.
Right.
Okay. I've been a DJ for a while, and I can always tell when people. I can tell who came here to the party tonight. I can kind of tell from their movements and their actions. But that came after a while in experience. Now, in your experience over time, can you see somebody walk through the door and like, I think he's a pedophile?
No.
No. So there's no real telltale signs.
There's no real telltale signs, other than that children are very trusting, and adults can be like authoritative figures, and they want to trust that this person will not harm them. And so it's mostly betraying the children's trust.
Okay. So so your main indicator actually has to come from the children.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Yes.
So our ears should be open to what, when children behavior changes, or if they make a mention. What are the indicators?
We have to trust our children. We have to believe what they say. Some parents may not trust their children because this man may be the only breadwinner in the house, bringing home the cash. But you still have to trust your children and tell them not to keep secrets. Not to keep secrets. It becomes a problem when children keep secrets.
And that's one of the things that, unfortunately, in the West Indies, we tend to say, what happens at home stays at home. And that's how a lot of things get hidden. Because we say what happens in the house stays in the house, don't tell anybody our business. When they started, I think it had to do with pride. If we're hungry, nobody needs to know. If we don't have any clothes, nobody needs to know. But then you give one set of information and it passes on, which is where we started having a lot of the problems with people keeping secrets. I mean, that's how domestic violence went to the way it went. That's how incest went the way it went. Because nothing, what happens at home stays at home. So, what are the most common types of perpetrators that you've seen?
When you say common,
After it's been reported. Let's not...
boyfriends, fathers, uncles, brothers.
So there's no common. It doesn't sound
Brothers,
common.
It actually
I'm
sounds
just
too
telling
common.
you, yes. A friend of the family, a close friend of the family.
Okay.
Right, that's common of what I
Are the perpetrators? That also sounds like a lot of these perpetrators are males. What about the female? Are there
We
female
have some
perpetrators?
women perpetrators,
Okay.
but it often goes unreported because it is the female. We've had a few cases.
Nice.
Not many.
And that's one of the things too that, you know, during the series, you'll find out the way perpetrators portray themselves. And not only that, the stigma behind males talking about it, you know, because that becomes a problem. We really don't think of boy children as being molested or being raped or being victims of sexual assault. But usually they are. And you know how we figure it out? They start to act out on it. When you see a child that's, I mean, and you can talk to this as well, when you see a child that's 7, 8, 9 trying to hump somebody else, we usually lend it to the music or because they've seen somebody dancing. But when they're doing this to a teddy bear or they're running around and they're touching sisters and brothers, then you know something's going on.
When at home, something that they're seeing, their parents, something is going on in the home.
Hold on, we got somebody calling on the phone line. I-95.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. I'd like to commend your presenters of the Department of Human Services. This is a subject that is silent and needs to be brought to the forefront of the community. First of all, let me introduce myself.